Welcome back to another day on our Romania road trip.
Woohoo!
Y'all, we are just falling in love with Romania, especially Brasov. Like, this city has something special. The coffee, the food, the hospitality of the people. Y'all, we went to book coffee shop again this morning to get one last little Freddo flat white for the road. And when I went to pay, the owner, who I assume is the owner, was like, "It's okay, it's on me." He's like, "Thank you for coming back."
Y'all, you saw when we went the other day, it ended up being a food tasting, an alcohol tasting, and they were so kind. He was like, "This one's from us," and wouldn't let us pay. Everything's friggin' delicious. And Jordan and I both walked out of there like...
I mean, literally, I was teary-eyed just because somebody did something nice and kind without the expectation of anything in return. And we have experienced that over and over here in Romania. Like, it is easily becoming my favorite country in Europe.
Yeah, I think too, when you're on the road for a long time and then someone kind of extends friendship, you're like, really?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm lonely, thank you. So sometimes that's nice. But anyway, we're on to make new friends today because we're sadly leaving Brașov, but hopefully the next destination is just as special.
Yep.
And it's a pretty unique place. We are heading out into the countryside to the town of Cobor to stay on a farm. We've got about an hour and a half drive. Let's go. We did that for you without any AC. It was really hard.
It's so hot.
It's so hot.
We're about 20 minutes out from where we're heading, and y'all, we've just been driving through Romanian village after village, and look at this behind me. The horses here and the carriages, all the villagers that basically work with the horses, they're everywhere, and they're so unique looking too. They have this decor on them, they're beautiful. We've seen so many, and then these massive, like, stork looking birds with huge nests up on all the telephone posts. They're everywhere in the villages, and it's just a different world. It is awesome.
The telephone pose. Woo, sometimes that Texas accent.
Get me around hay bales and cornfields and it really comes out.
Pose.
Oof. We gotta get there soon, y'all. This huge storm cloud's coming in, the wind's coming in. I do not want to be unloading all of our stuff in the pouring rain. Wish us luck. Oh, this is the smallest village we have been in so far. And we're a little bit off the beaten path as well. This is awesome. You gotta line it up just right. Right or left? We're here.
Supposedly we're here.
That's it, that building there.
Oh, okay, good.
There it is.
Oh, we're here.
Nice.
Welcome to the Cobor Biodiversity Farm. We're quickly greeted by our host, Joseph, who gave us a look around the property. From the gardens to the guest rooms, we are already so excited for this 2-night stay. Joseph shows us to our room in what used to be the summer kitchen of an abandoned farmhouse, now known as Guest House 21. The rustic charm is exactly what you would hope for in an authentic Romanian farm stay.
He was just about to let us get settled in. He was like, "I have a secret place if it's really hot tomorrow." And I was like, do tell. And then he's like, "Yeah, you can put beer in the well and it'll get cold." And Jordan and I both were like, "Oh, I want to do that.
We usually put some beer
Nice.
to be cold and lower into the well.
This is awesome.
And it gets cold.
That's amazing. What a fun thing.
That's
And
cool.
you can see here the old building.
Those are beautiful. Oh my gosh, first impressions. One, this place is so authentic and so charming. And they're obviously like really, you know, kind of proud of what they've done. He wanted to tell us all about it, and we are so happy to hear all about it. And they have so many cool programs with their animals. We're going to do a tour tomorrow. It sounds like there's going to be 20 guests on property, and you eat all your meals together. So in a little while, I think dinner is at 7:30. We're going to go have dinner with everybody, get to meet our neighbors. We also were told that our neighbors across the way have a dog staying with them, so hopefully I get to meet the dog. This is great. We're going to get settled in. We'll give you a full proper tour, but excellent first impression. I'm excited. All right, we've got settled in, changed clothes just a little bit, and I was just fluffing the place for you. Welcome to the Cobor Biodiversity Farm. It is in the village of Cobor, which feels very much in the middle of nowhere. As we drove up, it was a straight gravel road, and the village feels like it's pretty much just the farm stay, but I'm sure other people live here as well. This is a active, like functioning farm. They have lots of different guest houses. We are in what I mentioned before is their summer kitchen area, and then across the way is another like converted barn facility. They have more rooms across the street, which is where the like dining area is. They even have conference rooms that you can rent, so you can have your company retreat here if you want to. The very first thing I would tell somebody who is interested in coming here, or what you will notice when you first arrive, is that it is rustic, which we both love, and it's just something to take into consideration during your stay. We have beautiful timber beams, very handmade, hand-hewn kind of feeling, beautiful little like crocheted curtains and hand-painted artwork. It is authentic, and you really feel that energy. But you know, also you got spider friends and you've got like brick floors, so it's all very much part of the experience. Let's go upstairs and I'll show you the 2-bed situation, and then we'll come back down, show you the bathroom and a little bit of what this building actually is. Okay, and if you climb your way to the top of the staircase, you'll find the bedroom. I am like 5'5", 5'6" on a good day, and can just barely stand up all the way, so it's a little snug up here. We may end up sleeping downstairs because it's pretty warm. But anyway, the beds are comfy. We were kind of lounging on them a bit earlier. No complaints from me, really. The facilities are, you know, pretty simple, pretty basic, but they did bring us lots of good water to drink. There's no kind of like kitchenette or anything, but you know, we can pretend it is the summer kitchen that it used to be. We've got a beautiful iron, kind of a potbelly type stove. We won't be needing that. It is July, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Let's see the bathroom. On the way to our last stop, I've mentioned several times now, this was the summer kitchen, and you can see that here. This is the old oven, and it is quite large, but I'm not going any further in there because it scares me a little bit. Ooh. Again, this is a farm stay, so I wasn't expecting too much crazy luxury in the bathroom department, but it's perfectly acceptable. We have a nice big shower, lots of good counter space, big old water heater that's just for us. And I'm really excited to see more. I was gonna like kind of take a walk around when we first got here, but it immediately started raining, which put Jordan and I both into nap mode, and we just lay down and scrolled. So it is dinner time now, rain or shine. Let's eat.
We walked out, y'all, and we heard this little like jingle jangle from the bells on the horse, and there's this beautiful horse here pulling a wagon with a lady in it. Doesn't get much better than this. Oh my goodness. Making friends everywhere.
Yeah, I don't mind.
We made it into the dining hall, y'all. So everything here is family style. We got the full board, so we get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they can also accommodate vegetarians, so we're gonna have no problem eating here. Pretty much everything they make is from the farm here. Also, I'm gonna try my first Romanian beer. This one is made in Brașov, which is the city we just came from. Chukish, something like that. This dining room is beautiful. It has the wood timbers in the ceiling and the rustic charm, but also like very fresh, remodeled feel inside.
First course seems to be a beautiful looking vegetable soup, and we've got some bread and maybe some sour cream to go with the soup. I've got myself a little Sauvignon Blanc, which is made here in Romania. I like this a lot, kind of mild. Yeah, I could drink a lot of this. The first course of soup is delicious. The soup has kind of essentially like a white green bean, so like a long bean, carrots, maybe some red peppers, parsley, a nice kind of summer dinner soup.
Zucchini.
Wow, that looks delicious. The second course has arrived. I've also had a whole glass of wine, so things are excellent. We have beautiful looking, very fluffy rice with cheese stuffed mushrooms, and then we also have cheese and veggie stuffed zucchini. Smells amazing. It smells like kind of savory barbecue-y almost. Oh, I can't wait to get into this. We're waiting for our plates, so I can't do it right now. The wine is good.
So we did confirm all of the vegetables and everything they use is basically from this farm. There are probably a few things, a few ingredients that they don't actually grow here, and they source all of that locally from within the region here to support all the local villages around the farm, which I think is just great and something good to do for the whole community here. And the sour cream that we had with our soup was delicious, some of the creamiest sour cream we've ever had, and it's made by the cook here, using milk from the cows here. How cool is that?
We were finishing up dinner and he said he needed help feeding a baby calf. And I said, you don't have to ask me twice, let's go.
Florina?
Yeah. So if you want to hold it, you can. But you have to be a little bit stronger.
Strong? I got it.
That's it.
He's so hungry.
Of course.
How was it?
That was perfect. He's very strong.
He's strong, yeah.
He is. You have to hold the bucket really still, but he did a great job and he drank it so fast. I was told he doesn't know when he's done. I said, yes, I can tell, because he was still trying. That was so fun.
That was awesome, yo. The first day on the farm is great.
It is a bright, fresh day on the Cobor Farm, and we are headed to breakfast. Breakfast starts at 8:30. It is currently 8:32, so we need to get over there. The dining facility is like across the street from where we're staying. There's kind of places to stay all around the village. But anyway, I've already been greeted by Yen, the golden retriever. We opened up our front door to our house this morning to let some air come in, and next thing I know, golden retriever was in our little foyer, and I said, "Good morning." And I tried to talk to him, but he speaks Romanian. Nonetheless, we're buddies now, so it's already a great day. Okay. Oh, that was a very big lick. His tongue felt like sandpaper. Anyway, breakfast was delicious. They had quite the spread. We had yogurt and granola, all kinds of cheeses, vegetables, fruit, coffee, tea. We had bread, jam, butter. What else am I missing? Eggs. Forgot about the eggs. That's important. And Jordan wants to start the day with archery. We did try to play a little bit of archery last night after we said goodnight. I'm not great at it, but I'm going to try and redeem myself. Come on.
Right over the edge of the haystack.
I decided to be more chill about it that time, not overthink.
That was good.
Yeah, that was okay. I got on the board finally. Okay, it's time for a little farm tour. This is included with our stay here at the farm. We're gonna hop in the bed of a truck. I'm channeling my inner Texas girl, and we're gonna do this gracefully. Here we go. Boom bow, that's how you do it. We're gonna go see some animals now, so come on. All right,
I'm so excited to see all the animals. This trip isn't sponsored in any way or anything, but I do think it's an excellent place to stay, especially on a Romania road trip. And not only is the farm tour included, which takes you all around and shows you all the different programs they have and the animals, but they've got archery and slacklining, and obviously you can walk around any of the property all day and check out the gardens. They have camping when the weather is right. Bike rentals. Actually, I think bikes are free for people who are staying. Anyway, and then there's towns all nearby. I think we're gonna try and go visit one or two of them later this afternoon to see a few cool things that are in the area. But yeah, it feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, but there's actually plenty to do.
Alright, at our first stop, looks like we have some horses over here. So Joseph, who is the guy who's taking care of pretty much everything here, he's like a jack of all trades. He's part tour guide, part helping in the kitchen, part helping get you checked in and settled and just making sure you're having a good experience, is telling us a little bit about the farm. So they have about 22 horses here. Roughly 80% of those horses are theirs that they rescued, where owners who had in the past couldn't take care of them for whatever reason, or they were done working in their old age, and so they rescued them and they let them basically have a good life here in the meadows and the pasture of Transylvania. They also have some Carpathian shepherd dogs back here in the kennel that we're going to go show you right now. Sitting in the shade.
Staying in the shade, yes. She's the best mother.
Oh.
She had 6 cubs
Good
last year,
job.
6 little ones. So they are all very friendly.
Hey there. Hi. Yes, kisses. Oh my goodness, thank you.
We've made our way down to the kennel, and this is where they breed Carpathian sheepdog. I think they have like over 10 of them. It's a really cool program, and I was asking a little bit about it, of like, you know, what's involved in like breeding and training a sheepdog, because they're incredibly skilled. And he said, well, actually we have it pretty easy. Our alpha male here is really great and more or less teaches the puppies what's what, and the only command they really teach the dog is basically a call off of an attack. So these dogs do 2 things. They protect the herd, the cows. They also more or less protect wild animals, because they're not really intended to attack animals that may come by. It could be a bear. They had a bear come by recently. Wolves, foxes, whatever. They redirect. And he was saying, yeah, it's amazing. They work in teams. The bear that came in recently from the hill up there, the forest, it came down and 3 of the dogs kind of circled the bear and basically forced it to turn around and go back into the woods. So there was no attack, no fight necessary, just keeping everybody where they go. It's pretty amazing. Right now, apparently, it is a mating season, so they have to keep all the girls apart because they fight. They fight each other during this time. So that's why everybody's in their kennel right now. Most of them are totally snoozing because it is hot, 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 but they're so sweet, so friendly, very fluffy, and very smart, sweet puppies. Oh, and the best part, I almost forgot. They donate the puppies to farmers around at no cost. That's a valuable gift, I would say, and so cool. They're really doing some amazing things for their community.
Oh, yes. So we learned a little bit more about Cobor Farm, and it's a biodiversity farm, which basically means that everything here is natural, organic. They don't use fertilizers or anything like that. They let the animals eat all the natural foods, and they also have just like a diversity in what they do on the farm. They have horses, they have cows, which we're going to see now. Really, like, if you think about the mission and what they're doing here, they're really just trying to preserve the natural way of life here in the meadow in the area that they operate in. And I believe that Cobor Farm is also associated with, if not owned by, the Carpathian Wilderness Foundation, which interestingly is trying to create the biggest national park in all of Europe, with hundreds if not thousands of protected hectares of natural forest. Y'all, and there is so much wildlife here with the Carpathian bears, the brown bears, the wolves, and the beautiful mountain peaks. Don't be surprised if you see in a few years the next best national park in the world. See the herd of like 200 of the cows. We can't keep driving here because there's like the road just ended. We're gonna go on a little bit of a trek to go check them out.
These beautiful babies with very special horns they're Hungarian gray cows. Is that what they're called? Hungarian gray cows, and they are gorgeous. Jordan and I were just reminiscing on our Africa safari days, because that's what we felt like we were doing. Check that video out if you haven't seen it. It was our very first vlog. It's It's cute. It's
Hunting
real
with
cute.
the camera. We just learned that the Hungarian gray cattle were traditionally bred for basically working the land. And also, like, they have really good meat for people who would eat meat as well from the cow. They are also from this region of Transylvania, even though they are called the Hungarian gray cow, because this region was actually at one point in time part of the Hungarian Empire. So besides brown bears, Joseph was telling us that they also have lynx out here in this region of Romania, but the lynx is very elusive and they're rare to see. And the last time Joseph saw a lynx was like 4 years ago, and he's out here like every day, which tells you how rare they are to see. So such a lucky sighting to be able to see one in the wild.
Yeah.
Just taking a moment back at our room to kind of cool down, bring everything down. We didn't even do a whole lot, but the heat really kind of zaps you. Lunch was delicious, a nice simple pasta dish. We rinsed our little legs and feet off, and here in just a few minutes, we're gonna head back out, get in the car though, and drive out to see a few things that are in the surrounding area. So just, just 5 minutes for a siesta.
Siesta time.
See ya later.
This video was almost done for y'all, but you're lucky. We're gonna rally. I'm gonna end on a high note. Let's go. We drove to a village called Ohaba, which is about 40 minutes from Cobor. And they have the old mill of Ohaba here on one of the little river streams, and they grind traditionally flour and maybe cornmeal. I'm not too sure. I think they close in like an hour, so we're gonna go see if they're open. We didn't really know where to park. We parked on one side of the village, and there's a stream with a little bridge that we're gonna have to trust, I think. Look at this thing.
At first. The middle part I'm a little concerned about.
It looks a little wavy. You want me to go first?
No, I'm wider.
All right. One of two. Let's do this. Ooh, it tilts. That tilts. All right. So it's Sunday. Google Maps said they're open. I'm not really sure about that. Hopefully they are, because we did drive about 40 minutes to get here. Not real sure where we're going, but it feels a little bit like we're trespassing. But it looks right. This is beautiful. Look at these flowers, y'all.
It's beautiful. This sign for whatever this is has the word apa in it, which I'm pretty sure is water. Mills are on water, so I think we're getting close, but
You can hear it.
it's beautiful.
This is pretty cool, y'all. If you watched any of our vlogs from Prague in the Czech Republic, they had some mills there in the rivers. I was just fascinated with the engineering behind it and how you use the water basically to create this force to grind different types of materials to use. This one is huge and it's an actual working mill, which is really fascinating. We're gonna see if we can find somebody to kind of give us a tour and hopefully buy a bag of flour or two.
Thank you. So the little history is built in 1873. This is the 4th generation of family to operate it, and the 2nd generation of that family that operated it was actually imprisoned during the communist regime because they refused to give it up. They kept it as private property. And so they call it the Mill of Good Fortune because it survived that whole time. It does grind both wheat and corn. So let's see. So the look around is quite brief, but they have a description in Romanian and in English, so you get a little bit of history, which is great. The lady that let us in is so nice. She doesn't seem to speak any English, but we're figuring it out. And it's cool. I mean, we weren't, 45 minutes out of our way, but what else are we gonna do during the afternoon? This is kind of a fun little adventure. The hunt of it all, like where are we going? Are we in the right place? Kind of was the fun of it. So let's see if we can maybe buy a souvenir or buy anything from her, and I guess we'll be on our way. Sadly, they didn't have any flour or cornmeal for sale, but it was a really sweet little visit and the lady was so nice. It was 10 lei per person, so nothing too expensive at all, and we were thrilled to make a little visit. It's a precious little place. She was so sweet. And you know what? For a little afternoon adventure, I'd say it was worth it. I think we're gonna see if we can fit in maybe 1 or 2 more stops before we head back for dinner, so let's see what we find.
Going off-roading, y'all. But we are at the Great Pyramids of Romania.
Jordan has a penchant for drama. We are coming up upon some very, very large man-made hills. Oh, but first,
Are these the
some
hills?
very, very... Oh, Lord, we're going to break our rental car doing this. Yeah. Let me see.
Oh man, I don't trust it. I don't like it. Yo, that was a little more off-roading than I thought we were gonna experience, but we made it. Let's go check out these mounds.
Woo, we've made it to the mounds. It's not exactly known what they are. They're obviously man-made. They look very unnatural on the landscape out here. It's thought that they are burial mounds, but I think that's contested a bit. They remind Jordan and I very much of the mounds that you'll find outside of Stonehenge in England, which we visited a while back. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. But you can climb to the top of them. They're quite large, and they're very much just kind of out in the middle of, not nowhere, there's some civilization, but down a long, bumpy road. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, these things are huge. Look at that. They're way bigger than I thought they were gonna be. What do you think, babe?
We were both debating if they are burial mounds, which isn't, we don't know, but if they were, is it rude to climb on them? We were both...
See a trail.
There's a trail. People definitely climb on them, and maybe somebody else was watching this thinking, who cares? But it's something we pondered. Both of us were taught when we were little, and this could be an American thing, that it's rude to step directly on someone's grave. Like you step to the side of it or whatever. The view's beautiful. I might just enjoy the little valley in between the mounds.
Earth spins, seeds grow and people go. Yes, things end to start again. And we're not different, you and me. Oh, that's the charm, not the harm.
It's a sea of them all of a sudden.
Oh my. The man at the end got me. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. I thought their horns were gonna scrape the car for a second, and they just went around, they surrounded us. There had been 100 of them. Oh my gosh, what did you think?
At first I'm like, oh, so cute, so cute. By the way, I don't know what my hair is like right now because I didn't look at it, but at first I was like, oh, so sweet, the sheep. And then I look up and Jordan's giggling because there is a sea of sheep. We are surrounded. It was delightful. It was delightful. I loved that.
Vegetable cream soup? It looks thick. Looks good. Let's eat.
Dinner so far is delicious as always. First course was a creamy vegetable soup with the most delicious croutons. Main course for vegetarians anyway. It's kind of like a green pea kind of a stew. It's very tomatoey, very savory. And then some pickled beets, cauliflower, peppers, and bread. It's delicious. I've got my same white wine, also very delicious. What you doing? How was your day? Yeah? What are you doing today? I missed you. I missed you, you silly goose. We're leaving in the morning. I'm gonna think about you every day, sweet baby. And I guess that'll round out this video and we'll say goodnight to you guys as well. We had an absolute blast on the Cobor Biologic Farm, getting to meet new friends and exploring the land and learning all about all the amazing work they're doing out here. Thank you so much to Joseph, an absolutely incredible host. We highly recommend this place for an authentic, educational farm stay like option, and definitely add it to your Romania road trip. We're gonna get some rest. It's been a big, hot, sweaty day, but a great day. Tomorrow, we are driving on one of the best roads in the entire world. We'll see you in the next one.
Watch the shin bone, buddy. Okay.